I sense a disturbance in the force. You're listening to Two Strangers, One Podcast. Go to iTunes now and subscribe. For Android users, we are available on the Stitcher app for Google. Now go and listen. Before you get on my dark side.
Welcome to Two Strangers, One Podcast. I'm Chris.
And I'm Kristen.
And we have a special guest with us today. We have my stepson, Jackie. Say hi, Jackie.
Hi. Oh, now he's a little shy.
You see the red line? You can say hi.
Hi. He's been talking all day. Suddenly he's a little shy once you hit play.
And we're also here with my daughter, Raven, but thankfully she fell asleep. So I'd like to say thank you to Darth Vader for introducing the show.
Celebrity guest.
Now, Darth Vader, the guy who does Darth Vader, is known as Tom's the Voice. That's T-O-M-S, the Voice, all one word, on Fiverr.com. He did Optimus Prime for me. He did the Joker for me. He then obviously did Darth Vader. He's pretty good.
Tom's the man.
Yeah, so once again, if you're looking for voice work, and he does a whole bunch of other stuff. He does Morgan Freeman.
Wow. I'd like to get that one day.
Yeah. Do like a whole March of the Penguins thing.
Yeah, right? Can you do like Samuel Jackson? Everything will be like, mother effer this, mother effer this.
Welcome to Two Motherfucking Strangers and One Motherfucking Podcast.
I like that.
I like to get drunk. You might even fight a nigga or two. No.
Yeah. We'll get that in the works one day.
Actually, I don't know if he does it. With
the right kind of money.
I'll do it.
Yeah, you can just do it then. We'll say it's Tom's Voice. We'll ruin his reputation. No, we love you, Tom. Thank you. Tom's the Voice.
Tom's the Voice.
Tom's the Voice.
I will strike down upon thee with
Tom's the Voice.
With vengeance and furious anger, and you will know that my name is the law. I'm sorry.
So he gets carried away very easily.
So this would technically be episode 14. Now,
we're getting up there.
Yeah, we're getting up there. Real quick, I want to give a shout out to this other podcast called Livin' Lame, and Livin' is spelled L-I-V-I-N, like with the G cut off. Livin' Lame, Cordero. Him and I are buddies on Facebook, and I've listened to their podcast. They're guys from the West Coast. They're from
little West Coast, East Coast action
going on. Yeah, a little love from the West Coast.
Yeah.
See, we could all get along.
We'll take it.
There's no rivalry here. I love my West Coast brothers. I know he recently went to the Tenacious D concert, and
that must have been fun.
Yeah, and just for our listeners to know, we don't really release as soon as we record, so sometimes our news is a little old.
Yeah,
but
a little delayed weekly.
He just saw. I know he was just talking about he went to go see Tenacious D. I know they're promoting their new album, Rise of the Phoenix.
Yeah,
and so I want to give a shout out to my guys Livin' Lame. Of course,
do they headline their own concert? Like, is it just Tenacious D, or do they, open?
Oh, yeah, no. They're headlining, opening for them, I believe was a band called the Proto Men. I never heard of them, but I heard they put on a good show because there were also people on Twitter talking about the show.
Oh, okay.
So, saying that the Proto Men were good, Tenacious D were awesome.
Oh, I'm sure it's a fun concert.
Oh, yeah.
That'd be one I gotta go to.
And I've seen, I think it was on YouTube, I actually watched, someone put, their whole concert on video. It was like a bootleg.
Yeah.
And it goes in sections and stuff like that.
Course.
You've got to love
part
YouTube.
One, part two.
Even out in England or Europe, they have a Batman live action show.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It's not a musical, and it's not like Disney on Ice, but it's a Broadway show with people in full costume, and it's Joker and Harley Quinn and Two-Face and the Riddler, and it's all these people.
Every character.
And so, thanks to the beat of YouTube, someone bootlegged the concert, and I got a chance to watch it because
you can get everything bootleg now.
Oh, I love
everything.
It. Thank God for YouTube.
I know. Thank you, YouTube. We love you.
So once again, I want to give a shout out to my boys in Livin' Lane. Check out their podcast. They're 420 friendly. and give them a listen. If you like this show, definitely check them out.
Do they have like glaucoma or what is it they got to use?
Yeah, I'm
medical
pretty sure they got
marijuana going on. They got card?
Night blindness and anxiety.
It's tough. It's tough over there in California. You got to get that medical stuff. Get the special card and anxiety. Yeah.
The special brownies, man.
I'll take some.
So, like I said, it's episode 14. Now, I gotta say, you were on vacation.
I was.
You left me.
Do I look a little browner? I think I got a little bit.
You got a little color on.
Nothing too crazy. I didn't burn. That's like the first time I've gone on vacation and not burned. I usually call it my base burn for the summer. Get a nice burn, and then it turns into a tan, and then I'm good. But right now I got a little bit of brown. I went to OBX, which is the cool way of saying Outer Banks, North Carolina. It's really fun there. They actually, what we wanted to do and we never did, they have like the highest sand dune, I guess, and you could climb it.
The highest sand dune?
That's what it said on the brochure. I'm not sure how high it is. And we thought you could get like, what are they called, the dune buggies? We thought you could get like those and they drive them around. They don't have those, unfortunately. I think that's just a West Coast thing you can get. But basically all you can do is climb it, so we were kind of turned off after that.
So a sand dune... See,
just a big sand mountain.
I was about to say, that's a mountain. A dune, to me, a dune always was like the under part, like in between.
Yeah, I don't really know. It just said sand dune on the thing. I'm just going, but that's what they said. We're like,
highest
whoa!
Sand dune.
And we drove by
that's like saying the highest valley. It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, look at this valley. Maybe it should be the deepest sand dune. I don't know.
Oh, okay.
Maybe, I don't know. Well, it was a hill that we saw.
Okay.
And when people were like crawling up it, we're like, yeah.
Crawling up.
It reminds me of like Wayne's World, where they're like lost in the...
Talking to,
yeah, who are they
Jim
talking
Morrison?
to? Yeah, Jim Morrison. Like, that's what I was thinking of. I was like, I'm on vacation.
A Vision Quest of Sammy Davis Jr.?
Yeah, I don't need to be like dehydrated crawling up this thing. I mean, it's just sand.
Were there people like taking mushrooms out there and stuff like that?
It looked like a lot of adults that were climbing up, and we're like,
was it like hippies? Like a lot of white people with dreadlocks?
No, it looked like your average dad, like had like the cell phone clip on the side, or
like the khaki shorts,
like the shorts and the high socks. That's what it looked like. And we're like, that turned us off immediately. So and then there was no sand buggy thing. So we
there was
were
no
like,
ATVs. There was no.
It was just walking up a stupid sand hill.
Because I know I
can do that anytime.
I mean, I've seen like guys like the not new extreme sport, but they
like those hardcore people.
They
like,
have like the
base jumping and stuff like that.
Well, no, they have sandboarding. It's like snowboarding.
Oh yeah. So they like go down a huge thing, right? And like,
nothing there.
It's literally just these dads.
You would think the country's highest sand dune would have.
I don't know if that was just a marketing scheme. We never really looked into it, but that's what it said, and we were like, okay.
Note to self:
it's in North Carolina.
New business, open sand surfing.
Sand surfing.
If I ever need money, I'm going to open a sand surfing business in the Outer Banks, North Carolina.
Sand surfing, yeah. You want to know what they do need though? Is pizza places. Their pizza is horrible.
Oh God,
horrible. That's what they need is like a nice New York pizza place.
Well.
That would do well.
You have to understand I'm a little biased coming from New York City. Because New York City has the best pizza in the world.
You don't like Pontillo's around here? Or is it iffy?
Out here,
You're so distraught.
I mean, I've had Mark's Pizzeria. And we're going to keep it local, so unfortunately...
Rochester, New York.
Everybody else who doesn't live outside Rochester, which is probably the whole damn audience.
Right.
I know the big one out here is Mark's Pizzeria, Pontillo's Pizzeria.
Carbone's.
I grew up,
Here we go.
I don't shut up. I always grow up. Now, the funniest thing is the best pizza place in my neighborhood was actually owned by Indians. Like, Indians.
That's different.
It was called A1 Pizza. It's down on Grand Street in Manhattan, downtown Manhattan. For all you people who live in Manhattan, go to A1's Pizza. It's run by Indians, but it's also the best pizza I've ever had in my life. Now, the funny thing is, it's down. We're going to do the drinking game again. Every time I say the funny thing is, take a shot.
Whatever.
I realize I say that a lot. They are
and it's always so funny.
There's nothing funny about it. No, they are down the block from a place called
Is it some Italian?
Pizza Shack.
Oh, Pizza Shack.
like a independently owned, but I guess like working off Pizza Hut.
Oh, okay.
And Pizza Shack is actually owned by Italians.
There's a lot of places that are owned by Italians that are good.
But A1 Pizza, the place run by Indians.
Pizza.
And the one thing I have to say, and it's not even like speaking from an alcoholic point of view, the pizza bread has like this yeasty, almost like a beer.
Ooh.
It almost tastes like beer in the dough.
That would be the yeast.
Yeah, and mind you, I've been eating that pizza since, I was way before drinking it. Not that I'm saying it gets you drunk or anything like that.
So you were a little loopy.
There's something about their particular dough for the pizza that it's awesome.
They must have a secret.
Yeah, and I've never
Indian ingredient.
I've never had pizza anywhere else that even comes close. And
Have you talked to like the owners? Be like, what is in this dough?
I don't know what to do.
Well,
no, that's the funny thing is that because my neighborhood is predominant, it's Hispanic. There's a lot of Puerto Ricans, a lot of Dominicans. So the funny thing is, even though they're from India,
how did they get?
They've been there forever, and they're hip. Actually, maybe I'm probably being very racist right now. They're probably not even Indian because all the bodegas, the guys were from Yemen.
Yeah.
And not from nothing, Yemen was like where all the 9/11 bombers are from. And, because, of course, this is way before 9/11, we used to talk to the guys. Now, these guys talk about how they have 6 wives back at home, because, the Muslim religion, you're allowed to have more than one wife.
Must be nice.
And, they're here. Now, these guys, one particular place in my old neighborhood's place called Cozy Corners. We call it Cozy Corners. I think years ago it was called Cozy Corners. It's on an intersection of Madison and Grand. And you would see guys working 12-hour shifts there. And they would work 6 days a week, 12-hour shifts. Woof. And basically what they do is when they go home, they sleep like they live and work in shifts.
Yeah.
So there's basically while they're at work, some other guy's sleeping in their bed.
Yeah.
And then it rotates. Which is funny because that's also how the the splinter cells, all the Al Qaeda cells work also. And
it's real funny. The funny thing is,
take a shot. And we used to talk to the guys 6 wives, and basically, they're here in the United States working their ass off so they could send money home.
I was going to say, why are they here then? Just
well, shit, if I had 6 wives, I would live on the other side of the planet too.
It can't be near you.
And we used to fuck with them, and I'm talking, you go 2 o'clock in the morning, because, you get out, in New York City, the bars close at 4 o'clock, so we get there 4:30, drunk as hell. Hey, yo, Mohammed, make me a ham sandwich, because, they're Muslims, they're not supposed to be touching ham.
Right. So, let's harass them.
Let me get a ham, egg, and cheese on a Kaiser roll, Mohammed.
They must loved you guys.
Yeah. Well, this is, they probably spit in our food and everything like that, but this was before 9/11.
Tastes better at that time.
And like I said, downtown Manhattan, on 9/11, there was a police car station in front of it. With the lights going and everything, just to make sure that people didn't go in there. Because like I said, the guys were from Yemen, which maybe the guys from A1 Pizza are also from Yemen, and I'm just saying Indian.
There could be some relations.
Which is totally ignorant because people don't understand it.
We don't mean it. We just don't know.
Yemen and Afghanistan and Pakistan and India are separate countries.
Separate things, yeah. Everybody groups them into one thing.
And everyone says turban, and that's the funny thing is that Arabs don't wear turbans. They may wear the kufis, the little
brimless. With all the lingo.
Well, I worked in prison where Muslims. There was a large Muslim population.
A lot of kufis.
And the Muslims actually wear the kufis, which they're bigger than yarmulkes. They're not the little head covering, but they look like.
Is it the same thing?
It's like a brimless hat, and that's a kufi.
Kind of like a beanie. Well, I would call it.
It's like a beanie, but a bigger than a beanie.
Okay.
And that's the whole thing is, for all our friends out there who live out in the sticks and don't live around
these people exist.
Muslims, understand that the Muslims and the people, the terrorists, were not turbans. The turbans are the Sikhs and Indians, while the Arabs and the people from Yemen, two totally different countries.
Thing,
so for all you racist rednecks out there, get your bigotry right.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I don't mind you being racist. Just make sure you're the right kind of racist.
You're a correct racist. That's what we want in the world.
And so, yeah. So the guys that you hate wear the kufis, not turbans.
So you hate kufis, okay? Anti-kufis. This is now becoming a hate show. We don't mean it. We love everyone.
Yeah, let's look.
They make a hell of a pizza.
So the guys in A1 Pizza, give them the support. Now, the guys from Cozy Corners actually changed up after 9/11, so I don't know.
I'm sure.
So take it as you will. But the guys from A1 have always been there. So I don't think... They're too busy fucking working. They're not blowing up any buildings. They're too busy.
They're too busy on their rotating shift.
Yeah, they're too busy dealing with hoodlums. You know what I'm saying? Hey, yo, like, Muhammad.
I gotta deal with these people.
All right, there,
they're basically being terrorized, right?
These little spicks come bother me every day. I make a fucking pizza. Take your sauce and shove it up your ass. So, A1 Pizza, in my opinion, is the best pizza in the world.
Me too.
What was that?
Me too.
Me too? Okay, Jack.
All right, Jackie approved.
You had pizza from A1, right? Did we go to get pizza when you came with me down to Manhattan?
Nope.
No?
But it's his favorite.
It's your favorite. That
matters.
Well, it's the best. It's
Yep, I never tried it. That's why it's the best.
You haven't tried it?
You haven't tried it. That's why it's the best.
Yep.
Cheers to that.
It's pretty good. I know you're going to like it. So, let's go back to you abandoning me. My codependency issues are acting up here because you left me for
I left him for 1 week and have some private alone time.
I can't live like this.
And he was just pacing in his room, didn't know what to do.
Let me tell you, doing
Probably
this
cried
podcast...
himself to sleep.
Now, I also see a therapist, so let me tell you, doing this podcast, I feel better when I'm done with a podcast than I do when I go see my therapist. So God damn it, you left me.
He's got a lot to say now. Well, I had a great week.
People are lucky I didn't climb a freaking clock tower and start bucking people.
Right, just because I left it for a week.
Oh, my God.
And I was also talking to you earlier, they also had the cool brew-thru. Which
so
it looks
brew-thru is...
It's called the brew-thru. B-R-E-W and then like T-H-R-U.
Mm-hmm.
Nice and cheeky.
Mm-hmm.
And you go through, it looks like from the outside just like a small car wash. Just like a little open hut. Uh-huh. So you drive through one way and then... There's all these beers on each side. And you go through and you tell
them what you want. Is it behind, like, glass or something? Or?
The beer is. Okay. But it's open when you go in.
Uh-huh.
And you tell the little guy what you want.
Little guy?
Like,
it has to be a little guy?
He was a little guy working there. I don't know if they were all like that. Now, these brew-thrus are on, like... Yeah, right. They're on, like, every 5 miles you see one. They're all over the place. I'm like, can't go anywhere without hitting the brew-thru. And so then you get your beer, you pay them, but they don't have liquor there.
So you can get beer, but not liquor. I'm pretty sure it's one of those funky...
Some law thing.
Blue law kind of a deal.
Yeah, but the liquor store was, like, right across the street. It was very convenient. And they also, I don't know if this is, like, their side business or what, they'll give you a magazine, and they have all these brew-thru sweatshirts and stuff that you could buy. I'm
so they sell merchandise.
Yeah.
Merchandise.
Like,
that's where the real money's at.
Right, this is where the real money is. I'm like, I'll just take my beer. I don't really want the sweatshirt. I don't really... So, that was cool, though, to go through. It was very convenient.
Maybe because would you consider where you went like a touristy place?
Very touristy, yeah. So they're just...
Sweatshirts are for the tourists, you know.
Like tie-dye.
I would wear a brew-thru sweatshirt. I mean, you know.
They're like $20. I was like,
give
me for $5. Nice. Like a tie-dye, something that says brew-thru. It's not worth it.
But then, you know the dad with the khaki cargo shorts, he's wearing the brew-thru.
Right after he climbed the highest dune, he's got to get his brew-thru t-shirt. I went to North Carolina, all I got was this lousy brew-thru t-shirt.
Well, it's kind of like, like here in Rochester, the liquor stores close at 9, but you can still go to a local store and buy beer at 2 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah. What else is there? It's really laid back there. There's like miniature golf, that sort of thing, like shopping. Mm-hmm. And then other than that, it's like the beach. And then at your house, you always have, most of the houses I've been at, they all have a pool and a hot tub. So it's really just...
A lounge,
drinking with your friends, hang out, do nothing the whole week.
And how many people went? Like,
in our house, there were 7 bedrooms. They're huge houses.
14 people?
So we had 14 people. How many did we have? We had 9 altogether.
9 people? Wow.
Yeah. It was really fun.
So were there people sleeping on the couch, or people actually...
No, everybody had their own bedroom, and then on the bottom floor, they had a room with 2... They had 2 rooms, each with 2 full-size beds.
Oh, okay.
So everyone could fit.
And
plus, everybody had, like... Yeah.
Oh,
so it was a brothel, I guess you could call it. Yeah, right? So then, and then, like, some of them had king-size beds, so, like, you could easily put other people in there. But people are like, I need my own room.
As I was saying, I wonder if it was, like, a co-ed kind of thing.
Right, but they had, there was a couple of them had their boyfriends there, so it wasn't all girls.
Oh, okay.
There was 2 guys. So they were in heaven, I guess. Then everyone has their own bathroom, so it's perfect.
Oh my
they're
God.
awesome houses.
I was about to
They
say,
really
yeah,
are.
shit, 7 girls and...
They're all have their own bathroom.
Oh, so that's definitely made for tourists.
Oh yeah, all the houses are huge. It doesn't matter like where you are along the place. We weren't on the beach, but we were like across the street. So, so sometimes we were too lazy to cross the street to go to the beach, so we would just stay at the house. Yeah, we got real lazy towards the end.
Well, it's like, honestly, I mean, other than the fact that I turn into a lobster when the sun hits me, I mean, I'm obviously not the biggest fan of the beach. I mean,
right.
I don't like sand. I don't like sun.
I hate the outdoors.
And I don't like salt water. so
we only went like twice, and it was like real windy, so we're like, we'll go back to the house. And like the waves were huge, so we were like, I don't need to be taken under in this foreign country.
That's all I need to do. I'll go on vacation and die.
They were like, there's riptide currents, like beware, and we're like, we don't even know what that means. Like, we don't need to be taken under. And it was freezing water, so we were always usually at our little compound.
I know the weather's been really warm up here. I mean,
yeah, I've heard it's been gorgeous, and I came back today, and it's like the other day, and it's been like 90 and 80. It was like in the 70s there. Yeah.
Holy shit.
And one day it was like overcast. We're like, of course we go away the week that
because here
it's kind of crappy, and there's gorgeous in Rochester.
Real riveting. We're talking about the weather. But here in Rochester, it's been like 85 degrees every day.
Like today, I'm sweating. I'm drenched.
And the funny thing is, it's gorgeous outside. I look out the window. And
there's birds happily chirping.
I stay in my room with the fucking black curtains.
Right. People are going to start vacationing here from North Carolina. They're going to be coming up here.
But I do go outside when I send out my stuff on my stuff that I sell on eBay when I'm forced to go outside to go to the post office.
Get a little bit of fresh air.
Yeah, and I'm like, oh my God, it's gorgeous out here.
Yeah. Oh, my room's like a cave. It's so dark, and then like I don't even know sometimes what time it is because I don't really have a clock next to my bed. I just use my phone. Mm-hmm. So I'm like, what is it like? 6 in the morning, it's like noon, it's like so sunny. I was like, I would have no idea if nobody like woke me up what time it was. I mean, I was outside yesterday and I got more of a tan outside in Rochester yesterday than I was away. I'm just not having it.
Well, you get that because you got that Italian in you. So
I get a little bit. I got Irish too, so usually I can burn the first time around. So far, I've been having good luck. This is really the first time though that I'm using like SPF on like actual. Like usually I'm just like, I'll just go out for a little and then I'm out all day. But this is like the actual time where I'm gonna start taking care of my skin.
Yeah. And be all 45 and leathery.
Ugh. Like that tanning mom. Have you seen her?
Oh, the tanning mom.
Woof.
Is
she looks like a black woman. She's all leathery.
There's something.
And her daughter's a ginger. Like how? Like, I don't know what's going on
I think that's like a self-hate. Like, maybe she hates her... Maybe she's really naturally, like, pale.
I don't know
ginger,
what she is, but
she's... There's something wrong with you.
She's not even tan. She's, like, gone through a whole...
Well, yeah, I mean, there's... Look. That's the best way to put it.
The funny thing is...
There's nothing you should do all the time, if that makes any sense. Like,
yeah, like, that's a lifestyle for her. Like, that's her job.
Yeah.
That's how much she's going.
Even things I like, even the most fun, things that, really get you to peak.
Right.
There's nothing you should do every day. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and she, like, legit, like, went every day, and probably still does.
And
unless they banned her.
The people who run this place, I mean, where are your morals? You know what I'm saying? When, I mean, I don't know how true this story is, and I'm not 100% familiar with the details. That I think they're accusing her of bringing her daughter in.
Yeah, and she's saying that because her daughter, I guess, went to school with like a burn, and she was saying that her daughter was just outside. That's what happened. Uh-huh. But she's saying that she brought the daughter into the room, not into the tanning bed, like into the room where she was.
Was it? Was there anything about maybe my brain's playing tricks on me? Was there anything about like the daughter being in a tanning booth and asking to be let out or something like that? Or maybe...
I didn't hear that, but that might be.
Oh, okay. No. I could be totally misinformed. So
that's kind of scary if that's true.
Okay, but
even still being in the room.
But I think the policy is what you can't.
There's a certain age.
Was that?
There's a certain age to be. I don't even know if it's just in the room or what, because I mean they let her in the room, obviously.
Yeah, I mean if
still you're getting
if that's the real story and.
You're still getting, like, the UV rays just being in the room.
Oh, okay. I'm thinking of a tanning bed. It's a tanning room?
No, it was the tanning bed, but I guess you still get they're saying you still get UV rays.
You can get UV rays
just being in the it's like a room.
Holy smokes!
And then there's a tanning bed. So she was in the room like sitting in a chair.
Oh.
And then the mom was in the bed. So they're saying you could still get
okay, that
UV rays from that.
I guess that makes sense. Holy smokes! And that's like, because I mean,
and she's like 6.
If the woman tans that much, and trust me, I mean nowadays.
Clearly she's tanning a lot.
But it's not like you can leave your kids anywhere.
Right.
Because she's not going to leave the kid in the waiting room. It's a young girl or whatever.
Yeah, she was
but then you can't bring it into the room with you. That's because let me tell you, and it's funny, like...
She's from New Jersey, of course.
Like, I got my little girl.
Jim tan laundry, yeah.
And, like, if I go... Because I heard a story about this where, like, this mom had her baby in the backseat of the car. They messed up like her order for coffee. She was going to the drive-thru.
Oh yeah,
and then she ran back into McDonald's to fix the order, and she got in trouble because she left the baby in the car. And just
for those couple minutes.
Yeah, and let me tell you, when I was a kid, my father and my mother used to leave me and my brother in the car for an hour and a half.
Always like, watch yourselves.
Yeah, because
nobody touch anything.
Me and my brother were pains in the ass.
Yeah, they don't want to bring you in. I've seen those terrors in the store, and I'm just like, oh, I don't want kids.
Yeah, and mind you, this is we live downtown Manhattan, but I guess I can speak the business now. My father used to buy food stamps off.
Speak the business.
And this is back when food stamps were actually food stamps. And my father used to buy food stamps off, I guess, people that were going to use the money to buy drugs or whatever the case may be. And what happens is the people who sell the food stamps sell them for like 50 cents on the dollar. So you give the person $50, they give you $100 worth of food stamps. Now, since my father was too proud...
You're scamming the government is what I'm getting.
Not me. Not me. I'm talking about my father, but I think the statute of limitations are way over there. My dad probably listens to this.
You cannot use this against him.
My father's like, you're fucking embarrassing the family, Chris. Fuck you. Sorry, Dad. This is interesting radio, Dad. This is for purely entertainment purposes only. This is not real.
Speaking the business. I like that term.
Speaking the business.
Just going to speak the business.
Okay, so my father used to get the food stamps from people, and since he was too proud to use food stamps in our neighborhood, we would drive all the way uptown. Now, when I say all the way uptown, I mean literally, you cross the bridge and you're in the Bronx.
Oh, you went to the Bronx.
Yeah, so
the nice area.
Yeah, well, no, that's the whole thing is that
it's never the nice area.
You're stuck between a rock and a hard place because it wasn't a good area. Now, my father didn't get out of work till like 6. So by the time we got in the car with my mom and drove uptown, we were talking about 7, 8 o'clock at night. And then my parents would go shopping and do like, in Spanish we use the word de compra, the real compra, which is like when you go out and do a big, which literally translated to means a buy. So when you, in Spanish terms, we usually use it. Did you want to say something, Jackie?
Yeah.
What's that?
What do you need to say?
Well, for those people who play Little Big Planet, Media Molecule is not going to make a Little Big Planet 3 for PS3. They said no, they want to work on other projects. That's all.
But didn't you say Little Big Planet 3 is coming out for the Vita?
But it's coming out for the Vita. I said, like, there's no Little Big Planet 3 coming out for the PS3.
Okay.
Okay, so the new one.
And we'll use that because I know we were one of the things I was looking up when we were thinking about things to talk about the show was for the E3. So we'll get back to that in a second.
Okay.
So the big buy or the buy.
Yeah. So the big buy, the compra, and compra, and my parents left me and my brother in the car in a bad neighborhood at night for about an hour and a half. And
were you ever harassed?
No.
Never really, yeah.
Well, no, that's
how I feel. Like whenever we were left in, like nobody ever really bothered us, but
yeah, I mean, we were one psychopath right. Being, a movie of the week.
Happen.
And one person had bad intentions, and
right.
me and my brother
could have been, with.
Put in a dumpster somewhere. and they used to basically tell my brother, "You watch him." My brother's only 4 years older than me, but still. You're going to tell a 10-year-old to watch a 6-year-old? It's not exactly good parenting. But, I mean, that's the whole thing is back in those days, I guess it was right. But now you can't leave a baby in a car seat with an eye shot
Right.
You know, without someone calling Child Protective Services.
Yeah, so who called? Was it just somebody...
No,
when she went in?
From what I understand, in that woman's situation, her neighbor was in the McDonald's and knew that she had a daughter and called on her. And that's like fucked up.
That's kind of real dick, especially since she's going in for a minute.
Yeah, and
I mean, you always hear, of course,
woman,
those cases, you know, where it's tragic, you know, they're in there for hours.
Yeah,
then they don't live, you know, like they suffocate because of the heat.
I know this woman, and she is the nicest, sweetest, most caring mother on the planet.
Especially, did the neighbor have it out for her? Like, what was that all about?
Some people just need to mind their own fucking business.
You see her going in and going out.
Yeah.
Like, you know, you see your neighbor going in and out. She obviously didn't leave the baby there for...
Some people got nothing but time on their hands to make other people's lives miserable.
This one time... Because I also see that with, like, dogs, too. I hate that. when they don't leave, like, the window open and they're just trapped in there. And so we were at, like... one of the burger places, and there was this little dog in there, no windows open, and it was in the summer, so we're like... And we didn't know when this person got here, what happened. So, I mean, we didn't call, like, the police or anything, but we just called the restaurant. We're like, just so you know, there's a dog, you know, out there. Just keep an eye on, you know, if the person's getting food and leaving or whatever. And they're like, okay, yeah, we'll keep an eye on it. And that made me feel better than calling the police and blowing this person in. I mean, just ask the person, to whoever works there, to look out the window.
Cool, just to leave the window, not even
like when they do that inch thing. You know,
because that's like animal cruelty. And let me tell you, there's people in this world. They're more concerned about the dog being hurt than a baby.
Oh right, yeah. Oh yeah. And they got more clothes than I do. They got more accessories.
Yeah, these people.
Sometimes I wish I was a dog.
Oh, let me tell you, my mother's dog,
Pampered,
lives better than most people. My mother
I want to come back as
cooks
a dog
him
like
Chewy?
chicken.
Yep.
Chewy, yeah. Now, see, Jackie knows.
Is really a Chewy?
My mom's dog, and it's funny because he looks like Chewbacca. Everyone thinks I named him Chewy. I didn't.
What kind of dog is it?
He is
like a Shih Tzu.
Oh no. He's part Pekingese.
Oh, okay.
Part poodle.
Okay.
Which I guess the official name is a Peekapoo.
Peekapoo. I used to have one.
Oh,
cute little things.
But his bottom jaw sticks out further than his
top
jaw.
Yeah, the underbite. That's how our Peekapoo was. I wonder if that's...
Maybe it's like a genetic thing.
Yeah.
So he...
There's a little underbite.
He can't chew food normally. So my mother has to, overcook chicken. Or whatever, cook it so it's all... This fucking dog... This dog has cooked chicken for him. There's people starving out in the streets. This dog gets chicken cooked for him. You know, my mom takes him out for a walk. As soon as he gets upstairs, now my mother, that being said, my mother is also one of the most cleanest people on the planet. So,
how much she lets the dog sleep in the bed?
Oh, of course she lets the dog. No, but as soon as she gets upstairs, she's cleaning his paws. She's cleaning his butt. You know what I'm saying? Like, she has, her own special rags to clean. And, then, like I said, now, I know that sounds... my mom is definitely not dirty. She's a little crazy.
She's compassionate.
She loves that. I guess it's because, since I'm 300 miles away.
Empty nest.
Yeah, that's the whole thing. Me and my brother grew up. My brother lives about an hour outside New York City. I'm 6 hours outside. My mom really doesn't have, all her grandkids are far away from her. And now, luckily, my uncle lives across the street, and he's got two sons. Well, his two sons he gets them, on weekends and stuff like that, because him and the mother don't get along anymore. So my uncle's still around to be there. And when my uncle's kids come over, my mother babies them. But let me tell you, and I'm going to speak the business to my mom here.
Business.
Oh my God.
Business.
Okay, so back when I used to work and I used to commute into the city, I used to work a lot of overtime. So sometimes I would leave my job at 7 o'clock in the morning and go to my mom's house. Not all the time, but...
Would she pamper you?
Oh, when I was a kid, I was a spoiled brat. My mom, let me tell you...
I did have the 2 dinners.
Oh, yeah, 3 dinners if you count when my dad gets home.
Yeah.
So I was a fat little kid. And, when I never did a load of laundry.
Nice.
I didn't wash a dish or do a load of laundry till I actually moved out of the house. My mom had me spoiled.
Brat.
Which, trust me, I wish I learned sooner.
Early.
When Raven gets a little older, trust me, she's going to be washing dishes and doing laundry. Fuck that. So when, all right, if my mother knows about this, she's going to kill me. So I leave work at 7 o'clock in the morning. I go right to my mom's house. Now, I have keys to my mom's house. So there are birthday plates put out.
Okay.
And hats and party favors out. And I'm like, Mom, what? Oh, it's Chewy's birthday.
It's happy for the dog.
And, okay, you know what? I understand the hats.
Did you guys get?
I understand the plates. The blowers, the things that unfurl, there were 2 of them.
One for the dog.
Is the dog supposed to blow the freaking party favor?
If he can, you should get that on YouTube, and that'll be
The dog can't even chew freaking chicken. How is he going to blow
Now he's
freaking...
blown.
I love my mom, but she's, you know...
That's a little baby.
She likes baby. And, you know, like I said a couple episodes back about, like, how you get when you take care of your children, you get, like, a special warm feeling.
Yeah.
So I guess that's... My mom likes taking care of people.
That's her way.
Good. But
Well, my grandma was always like that. She had cats, and she would always, just growing up, I'd always hear her talk to the cats. We're like, all right, whatever.
Oh, and she talks to the dog like...
Oh, yeah, like
the human being.
She's telling, like, stories and stuff, and my mom would always be like, you know, Grandma's just crazy with those animals. Well, once we all went to school, me and my other siblings, once we all left the house, suddenly she's like, now I know why Grandma was always talking to the cats, because she finds herself talking to the dog. She's like, I would take them in the car, I'd listen. She's like, I would just catch myself and be like, oh, God. Something isn't right here. But my dog, he's Shih Tzu and Pekingese has that flat face. So
Shit pea?
yeah, right? It's
Pea shit.
Pikachu would be like, piece of shit. Like, he's just a piece of shit. But he's all black and has like white on his chest and white on his paws and white on his chin. It looks like a little tuxedo. So he's just always dressed to impress. And my dad always gives him chicken every night. I'm like, this dog eats better than all of us. Always has chicken cut up in his, kibbles. I'm like, you can't complain being this dog.
Oh, it's his life.
He sleeps with my parents in the king-size bed, just like at their feet.
It was like George Carlin. George Carlin said, what does a dog do on his day off?
Yeah.
His day is just sitting around doing nothing, And,
no, that's what I want to come back as, a nice pampered dog.
Oh.
You don't have to, everybody picks up your shit, takes you out. Ooh, yeah. It's nice. Nice life they got. So if there's any way I can do that, that's what I'm coming back as. You got something to say?
What's up, Jackie?
Your mother told me why she named him Chewy.
Why did she name him Chewy?
He chews on everything.
He chews on everything.
Does he still do that, or is that as a puppy?
No, he's calmed down. I mean...
As a puppy when they're just all over.
Well, my mom... What happened was my mom got the dog, she was visiting my aunt that lives in Georgia. And... So then my mom goes like, I forgot exactly what happened. My mom calls me like, because I was going to pick her up from the airport.
Yeah.
And she's like, oh, and make sure that to pick up this green container or whatever. And I forgot exactly how she put it to me. And she goes, oh yeah, and I got a dog. And I'm like, what?
Oh, BTW.
Yeah, oh, by the way, I got an animal now. Now, I mean, we always had cats in my house.
Yeah.
By the way. I thought you'd know that with all your
that's the texting
chatting
lingo.
online with the Little Big Planet people.
I was actually just about to ask somebody what BTU meant.
BTW, by the way.
BTW. Today I was actually going to ask somebody that. Mm-hmm. Isn't that funny?
Yeah.
Now you know.
By the way,
now you know.
And so, like, when my mom got this dog, because like she was calling me stressed out, like, to make sure I got, because I guess she had to put him.
Oh yeah, there's the whole calling.
With
make sure.
She had to like put him with the package, with the. Because she didn't.
Like the luggage.
Yeah.
Oh, a little one. Usually they let them. If you have a carry-on thing, they'll let you.
I mean, I forgot. Or maybe, I don't know, maybe I forgot. She called me stressed out about something. Maybe she called me about. She might have called me to like maybe get dog food. I forgot exactly what it was, but my mom called me like already hyper.
Yeah.
This dog hasn't stepped foot in New York City yet, and oh my god, that stupid dog. And like I said, and he's
got the life.
And first and foremost, I mean, I'm not a dog person. I'm a cat person. I have cats downstairs.
I love any animal.
But like, all right. Hold on, we'll be right back. We're back. Okay, yeah, we're back. Sorry about that. Jackie went to go eat his vegetables.
Good boy.
So, like I said,
You're a cat person?
I've never been a dog person. And it's not, I have nothing against dogs. Like,
is it because dogs are too needy? Because that's usually what people say.
Yeah, well...
Like, I don't really like cats. Like, I like cats, you know, like to pet them and all that. But I don't like that they're just independent. I need somebody to love me.
Oh, my God.
Doesn't matter the kind of day you're having. You walk in, the dog's always wagging his tail, wants to be pet. It's a great feeling.
Like, I had... my ex-girlfriend had... what's the one that look like lions? They look like big puffy lions.
Is it small or big?
No, it's a big dog.
Big puffy lion.
Is it a Shih Tzu? The ones that are
Shih Tzus
Japanese?
are little.
No.
Yeah, but Japanese, like...
No, shit.
But a big one that looks like a lion.
They're big. They people always refer to them as like lions because they have a big puff of hair around their head.
Around the head? A
yeah.
big dog.
Is it Shih Tzus? I forgot.
Collie? No.
Sometimes people fight them, which is like a real fucked up thing to do. I mean, I'm not into dog fighting, but
the only one I know is the pit bull for the fighting.
It's a Japanese fighting dog, but
put lion dog.
When you take care of it, it has actually a big, luxurious mane of hair, and I can't.
Oh, okay.
It could be a Shih Tzu. I don't know.
But those are little.
Yeah, it was a big dog. Japanese, and thank goodness.
Japanese lion dog typed in. Like nothing came up.
Put like Japanese fighting dog or something like that. And thank God you got the iPad there because I get so flustered. I would lose my train of thought in a heartbeat if I had to look something up. So thank you for bringing your iPad and thank you for being my like research person. Because like I always listen.
We need correct information on the show.
Yeah, I listen to the old episodes, and I know. So sometimes I get a text message and throws me all off. So thank goodness you're here.
Gets a little flustered. Chin.
Chow.
Oh, the chow dog.
Yeah.
Chows.
So my ex.
Those are cute dogs, but yeah, they can be mean if you obviously train them that way.
I believe people in some parts of the world train them to be fighting dogs.
Just like pit bulls. They're supposedly the nicest dogs.
Yeah, they can be vicious if you train them to be.
Which is so horrible.
Yeah, that's
just being a dick.
And unfortunately, I knew a kid that was big into dog fighting.
Right. It's like this whole underground.
And we went to the house, and we went to this house all the way out in Queens where they were doing it. And he was showing me videos on how they train the dog, and they get the dog to latch onto like a tire, and they spin around the tire. And
it's so sick. I hate it.
I don't understand any way, shape, or form as entertainment.
Yeah.
You know, it's fucking cruel. When you see the dogs bleeding and crying, it's like, I don't, you know.
I know.
And I'm a kind of guy like, you know, very little makes me tear up, or very, you know,
that's
like,
just messed up.
That's like, you know, that's unnatural. You can't force.
There's a little picture of a chow.
Yeah,
they're big fluff. They are.
I mean, once again, I'm not a dog person. I hate dogs, but I'm very much against dog fighting.
Yeah, it's so like because the dogs don't know, like they don't know this is what they're getting themselves.
Taking that controversial stance, I'm against dog fighting.
We're against it. Here at Two Strangers One Podcast, we're against dog fighting.
We're against it. We don't care what you say. So,
but did you like the chow?
No. Well, see,
tell the truth.
The chow didn't like me because he was protective of her.
Oh yeah, that can happen.
And her apartment, she had hardwood floors, and he had long nails.
Oh yeah.
So all night long, you hear click, 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 and then he would throw his body down on the ground. Click, 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 thump. Click, 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 thump.
It always sounds so painful, but then they're just like sitting there calm, like oh, there wasn't a big thud.
Yeah, that's how he was. Now he was very protective of her.
Right.
But the funny thing was, as a treat, she would give him cheese. Now, you know you're not supposed to give a dog cheese or anything like that. But what I would do is when she was in the shower, I would give him cheese to get him to like me.
Give him meat. Give him
because forget about it. Like, if we were going to start getting ready to fool around.
Making love.
He would.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, he would. If we were going to do anything, we would have to lock him in the bathroom. And then if he heard her making noise, like grunting and stuff like that.
She was a screamer, clearly.
He would attack the fucking door.
I was going to say, he's probably going at it.
So, I mean, he was loyal. He was very loyal. I mean, not that he understood, or maybe he did understand, maybe he was jealous or whatever, I don't know.
He wanted to be there. All right, that's sick.
But he did not like me. And like I said, and she kind of figured it out. Like, she would come out of the shower, and like she
And
would
you
go
would
to
be
the
on your
fridge,
lap.
and she goes, "Why is there cheese missing? Oh, I just wanted to have some cheese. I was made a sandwich or whatever. I was taking the cheese to give it to the damn
I was just
dog."
making a sandwich.
And mind you know, and then she got mad at me. She's like, "Don't take his special cheese."
That's his.
I'm giving it to him while she was in the shower to make him like me.
Did he end up being more friendly towards you, or just during that moment?
He was always cool with me and calm with me. He would just get aggressive
Once we got
like hot and heavy. Then
especially even if you just hug too.
Yeah, he wouldn't. Now, and then unfortunately, I felt bad for her because she had a friend that was a bit of a drug addict, and the friend was there. And I used to see this girl, and I hated this bitch. Her friend was there, and like I could see this happening, even though I wasn't there. Her friend kind of twitched and dropped her sunglasses while the girl was out walking her dog.
Yeah.
The friend reached down quickly to get her sunglasses. The dog took it as a sign of aggression and bit her hand.
Mm.
So this fucking junkie bitch starts blackmailing my... Because, you know, if you get bit by a dog, then they have to do an investigation.
Right.
They have to do all this shit.
Oh, yeah.
Now, I don't know, shit. I still have the marks. I don't know.
You got chow chow marks?
No. Can you see it over here under my tattoo of the turtle? I kind of have like there's 2 red dots there. I was bit I was bit by a fucking pit bull.
Oh.
Yeah.
Did you sue?
And that's the whole thing. No, it was a friend of a friend's dog.
Okay.
And I didn't want him to go through all and I didn't give him any fucking grief.
And you can easily, like, throughout that, like, they'll most likely have to put the dog down.
Yeah.
That's usually how it always ends up.
Yeah.
Like,
and so her quote-unquote friend, this drug addict, kept like, oh, you know, and like, you know, this girl had like Medicaid and all this stuff.
Yeah.
Like, oh, I need $300 for the doctor bill and all this other bullshit. No, you don't. You need money for drugs, you fucking junkie bitch. And so 1 second, we're back.
Yeah, we're back.
Okay, this is news that you do not want to know. For cities east from Rochester.
Mm-hmm.
Somewhere near, like, Alabama and, like to Syracuse, there has been hail, and there was no, like, clouds or anything, just a dark sky. Just a dark sky.
So people are they're saying from Alabama to Syracuse, people are getting hit with hail?
Well, more than
They
that.
said it on the news?
Well, some more cities. So mostly, there's a photo by somebody, and they're getting hailed the size of golf balls all over the place.
That can kill you.
All over the place. And what the funny thing is, though, like where the hail was hitting, it was like a golf place thing. So mostly, some hail was going into a golf ball thing and fitting. If it was a little bigger.
In the hole?
Yeah.
It's like a hole in one.
So a guy hits the golf ball in the air, then 50,000 golf balls.
Right. He can't find his ball now. That would be just a bad prank.
Yeah, but golf ball size hail, that's deadly. That's like, that'll kill you.
Easily. That'll break your windshield.
Yeah, so mostly...
You're like our weather reporter.
So mostly people east from Rochester, you're going to get, like, storms through the whole news map. You know how big the news map is, you people?
Mm-hmm.
Well, there's going to be storms east from Rochester, the whole news map.
Okay.
East from Rochester. That's all I have to say.
Okay.
Now
Thank
to
you.
whoever wants to speak next.
Thank you for the update.
Thank you for the weather update. So stay indoors. Don't ever go outside. That's
what we got, yeah.
Well, it's sunny in Rochester here. It's nice.
We did get a little rain. I wonder if that's
a
sign of it coming. Or is it?
Because, because this thunderstorm is, like, going, like, passing everybody.
Uh-huh.
So mostly, like, Rochester, then the city after Rochester from east, so mostly, if you're east from Rochester...
You're done. You're donezo.
You're just going to have a storm.
Drive safe.
Okay.
Look out. Look out for icebergs.
It's not it's like, it was only like one country. It was only like a couple of cities.
Oh, okay. So not everyone's in danger.
Yeah.
and there was like a whole bunch of hail on the golf court thing, like probably hail taking up the whole picture of golf ball size.
Oh, okay.
Okay, now somebody who wants to speak next can speak.
So, damn, where was I?
You were bit by a pit bull.
I was bit by a pit bull.
Dun, dun, dun.
Yeah, and that, I mean, because in that situation, usually the people's house I went into, usually they have the dog in the bedroom. I opened the door to the house, and I knocked, and I opened the door to the house, but the dog was unsecured. The dog charged me. Now, mind you, at that time, I also had my daughter with me in her car seat. So my first instinct is I put my daughter behind me, and I put my leg up to protect me, and the dog bit me right. And the funny thing is, luckily,
just a bite.
It bit, and the owner, she came and grabbed the dog quick. But like I still, I still clear as day. It looks like
a snake bite.
Looks like I was bit by a freaking vampire. And it's under a tattoo of mine. That's still there. That's that's never gonna go away.
Right.
I mean,
nice memory.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my
a friend of mine, they had a pit bull, and whenever you walked in the house, like it was just rule, like do not look the pit bull in the eye. Like that's how crazy it was. So every time, so then I was like, now I'm like consciously trying not to look the pit bull in the eye, and I'm being like awkward, like walking because they're out to the tags. It's like, oh my god. And it was a rescue dog, so I think, like, obviously it was trained for something else, and that was just the rule. Do not look the dog in the eye.
Wow.
Now, it was Chewy like that.
Well, Chewy is very protective of my mother. I go there with my daughter. He gets, like...
excited?
Yeah, well, he gets excited, but you could tell he gets jealous. Because my mom talks baby talk to the baby, and he gets...
Usually they got to get in between there. Like,
and I hate that. Oh, that's what I wanted to say. So I tell my mom, now, I'm not a dog person. Now, I love my mom, but she is not in the best of health. And, like, my mom even says, my mom's like, I got less than 10 years on this planet, you know what I'm saying? And my mom just got the dog. Long story short, if my mom...
Where's that dog going?
That dog is probably going to outlive my mother. I mean, I hate to think... I mean, that's the last thing I want to think of about my mom passing away. But that stupid dog is probably going to outlive my mom.
Yeah.
Now, I told my mom, I said, you better make some plans to do with this dog because I will drop him in ASPCA in a heartbeat. I am not taking that dog. I hate dogs. I said,
well, Raven will probably be about 10 at the time.
Yeah, I mean, if it's like 10 years
so then
now,
you just take care of Chewy like you do Raven.
Yeah, well, Raven loves dogs because one of the babysitters that we go see, they have dogs.
Oh, okay.
And
so she was exposed like early on.
Yeah, and I have the cats down in the basement. Every now and then I let the cats come up here because I usually don't because my roommate is deathly allergic.
Yeah.
But like when I bring the cats up to my bedroom, she loves it. She goes crazy. Oh, Dada. She says Dada because she's used as a dog.
Right.
Raven's definitely an animal lover. I mean, I give her the stuffed animals. She always hugs. So
yeah,
I guess you're right. I mean, I guess if say it's hypothetically 10 years,
you're gonna get it. So get ready. Get ready. Start dog-proofing everything.
I told my mom, I'm going to put that dog in a casket right next to you. It's like the ancient Egyptians.
I'm going to get depressed.
Yeah, I mean...
You'll probably get depressed after your mom goes.
Oh, yeah. Because he loves my mother. And he's definitely not going to get the care that he gets.
I know. That's why he's like, oh, God.
He's definitely... His golden years are going to be... As I told Mom, I said, you better survive. You better
outlive this. So she got him when? Like this year? Or like...
No, she got him like 2 years ago, 3 years ago. So he's got another 13 years. Now, let's just say hypothetically when Mom passes away in 10 years. He's still going to do it. He's still going to have like 3-4 years left. I told my mom, I said...
It seems like usually that's when they're real old.
Yeah. I mean, that's all saying in the fact that my mom's only going to be with us for 10 years. Of course I want my mom to be... I told my mom, I said, you better watch your granddaughter graduate from college. You better stick around.
They say it's... dogs are good for people's health.
Yeah.
For like anybody with heart.
It keeps her active. If it wasn't for that stupid dog, my mom probably wouldn't go outside. Like she goes to church and stuff like that, but the dog
for a walk.
Gets her exercise every day, and it probably keeps her calm because my mom is very
it's supposed to be good for like calming and Keep them busy.
Yeah, that stupid dog.
Give him some responsibility. That stupid dog.
That stupid dog. And I told her, I said, we're
Better make room
do,
for that dog.
You know, like the ancient Egyptians, they buried people with
I
their
know.
pets. I said, that dog is going with you into the other world.
They're like Japanese, too. Like, if, like, the king, like, what were they called?
Emperor?
Yeah, like,
if
whatever
the emperor dies, they kill his pets.
Then, like, the shit, I don't even think they kill it. I feel like it was just thrown in there.
They just throw him in the box.
That is, like, even worse than dog fighting. Like, oh, yeah, just go in. That is awful.
Sorry, Mom, you're taking
Chewie
with you into the other world. Well, I guess you're right. Probably Raven will probably, and as she gets older, she'll probably go to my mom's house and fall in love with that stupid dog.
Yeah,
and then,
see,
you're
gonna get the dog no matter what.
And then
keep
when
the
Chewie
you
goes,
can put the dog in there.
When Chewie goes, then she'll probably want another dog for herself.
Oh yeah,
and I'll be stuck with a stupid.
And you'll get like
dog.
A big one.
Big chow chow that I gotta give cheese to when my daughter's in the shower.
Just this big dog.
like me. Well, I guess the
and all the dogs hate you.
Since I hate dogs, they probably hated me right back.
Oh yeah,
unless I got cheese in my pocket.
Yeah, unless you always carry around cheese and like meat. I just want the dog to love me.
You smell like sharp cheddar all the time.
He's got a cheesy odor. Well, good luck with that in 10 years.
Yeah, and she and every time she gets a stuffed animal, she hugs it and kisses it and calls it baby.
Yeah.
Yeah. I have heard her say, "Oh baby,
oh baby,
oh baby," and it's like a dog.
Yeah.
Oh baby.
And actually, one of her favorite toys is that
big fancy dog. Yeah.
Well, she likes the gorilla, but she also likes
the big dog, right?
Saint Bernard.
Yeah.
Beethoven.
It's like a Beethoven. She also likes launching those Angry Birds, just like just like you would see on the game.
Yeah, she launches everywhere.
Yeah, and that's a fun thing, like being a dad with the kid, because I get to name everything.
Right.
So the dog's Beethoven. She has two, the two, what they call it, rubber duckies.
Sally.
One is Maui, one is Scuba. I get to name all the.
Hey, that's no fair.
What?
You want to name one?
No. One is mine's and one is Raven's.
Oh.
And you name my ducky. You name my rubber
But you're
ducky.
too big for us. You're too big for rubber duckies now.
I don't know.
You're not too big for rubber duckies?
I don't know. Nobody ever is too big.
Well, that was sweet because you were watching Yo Gabba Gabba with her earlier.
Yeah, even though I did not want to watch it, and if it was up to me, I'd change the channel.
Yeah, but from what I understand, Yo Gabba Gabba was one of your favorite shows growing up.
Yeah.
That's like the show now. That's like Sesame Street now. It's like taking over.
Yeah, I mean, I think I might have said it on the other episode. Thank God for those producers.
Right.
People who make that show. I'm gonna kiss them on
It's
the
so
mouth.
funny. Like, how do you even come up with that? Like, I'm telling you, they must be from the West Coast and they got those weed cards.
They're 14 friendly, yeah. Because
like SpongeBob SquarePants. Where do you come up with that?
I think a lot of children's programming is made by people under the influence of.
I would hope so.
Because like Jim Henson, and don't be wrong, Jim Henson is a genius, and I'm not trying to detract anyway from his memory, but he had to be a stoner. He had to drop acid.
That's what I'm saying. You got like. Where do you come up with that?
You don't grow a beard like that. All people with beards like that are all hippie stoners.
Stereotypical, yeah.
You know, and if you ever look at the old, I mean, he has, and once again, I found it on YouTube. There were videos from like stuff way before he did Sesame Street, way before, and it was like, you know, people trying to storm a castle, and he was playing the king, and it was all socio-political talk, but put in the mouths of puppets, or Muppets, excuse me. Muppets and puppets. And what's the best way to put it? Jim Henson was a dirty hippie.
Making millions of money now.
and you know, the funny thing is, you know, all these Republicans who want to take money away from like public television, and they want to take money, and you know, they talk about dirty hippies and everything like that. You know, how many? I'm willing to say hundreds of thousands of children have learned English from these dirty hippies. You know, whatever.
And he did Sesame Street.
I mean, I say that with love. You know, I say that Jim Henson's a dirty hippie.
We love that you're a dirty hippie.
But you know, like, how many kids learned?
That's basically what I grew up on.
Counting and you know, and people from other countries learned English from watching Sesame Street. And now, you know, Sesame Street's now like 17 different languages and stuff like that.
That's like the show, you know, to watch.
Yeah, like, this stoner,
when you think of
dirty hippie, this
came up with this.
Very likely, very, very left wing, very, very democratic. Because, you don't, like I said, you don't grow a beard like that unless, you're far
you're
left.
Dirty hippie.
And I'm not,
hippie.
and
I'm clean hippie.
I'm not a political person, but, for all intents and ppurposes, Jim Henson, had to be very much radical.
He was creative and knew how to bank on his stoning creative ways.
And once again, how high do you have to be
to come up with it and to actually pitch it to a broadcasting company,
and all the other, how many, God, I lost count of movies that have Jim Henson's characters in it and people inspired by Jim Henson's work.
When did Sesame Street come out?
I think it's been around since about 40 years, 30, 40 years.
30, 40 years?
Yeah. Since the 60s and 70s.
Yeah, I was going to say it's been a long time.
I know when it was came out.
When does it come out?
0000.
Well, that's a long time. But, I know it's
ancient dirty hippie.
I mean, it was definitely it was before I was born, and I'm 35. I'm going to be 35. I want to say about 40 years ago.
Probably, yeah. I know it's just been around for years.
Yeah.
Years, and it's still going strong. Did they have an AIDS character on there?
I think they
Wasn't that a big deal?
In one other country where AIDS is kind of prevalent, they had a Muppet.
A Muppet
that was supposed to be like an HIV positive
something.
Muppet. And, and that's the whole thing is that,
If they're going to have a gay one, that might be the next. Or did they already have that? Well, they already
They've always been
have
out
one. Bert and Ernie.
They're gay?
They're good friends.
All
Taking
right.
a bath together.
Rubber ducky, you're the one. Okay, we've hit the hour mark. So I would like to say, people, if you like this show, thank you for listening, first and foremost.
Thank you.
If you like this show, please share us on Twitter, on Facebook, on Google+, Blogspot, WordPress.
Google Plus.
All those. It's all stuff like Facebook.
Facebook.
If you like the
Twitter.
show, share us with your friends. We really enjoy doing it for you. We want to keep it up.
It's therapy for Chris. He needs it.
Yeah, trust me. It keeps me out of the clock tower killing innocent people. So
this is for everyone's safety.
Yeah, it's for my safety that I get this out of my system. So if you want to support the show, visit www.doublejackpot.us. First and foremost, it's the link to my book, Double Jackpot. Once again, that's www.doublejackpot.us. There's a link to our eBay page where you can get comic books, video games, heavy metal memorabilia. There's a link to my Big Bang Theory script, a link to our Twitter page for you can follow updates. And there's some way you found this show through a friend. It's also the link that will bring you to our iTunes page where you can subscribe to us. We're available on the Stitcher app for the Android users, so there's no excuse for you not to catch the show. You could favorite us on Twitter. Just click, listen, when you're listening to the show, just click the little star in the bottom part of your screen, which I understand Stitcher is also available for the Kindle, all Android phones.
You can't get away from us.
Yeah, if you have an iPhone or an iPad or an iPod, you can subscribe to us on iTunes. So there's no reason why you shouldn't be listening to the show. Please share us with your friends. And don't forget to visit www.doublejackpot.us. You want to say something, Jackie?
Yeah.
Our guest appearance.
I'll try to show up as many times as I can. I hope you have a good night or day wherever you live. Bye.
Okay.
Thanks, Jackie.
So,
our special guest.
Raven's asleep for Jackie. And I'm Chris.
And I'm Kristen.
Thank you for listening.
Thank you.
Thank you for listening for Two Strangers, One Podcast.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
All right, here we go, man. Go ahead.
Bye. Double Jackpot.
What is it?
It is a self-published book by Christopher Cologne.
Chris Cologne? Smells good to me.
But
look at her. That broke that fucking cold little exterior. He's like, hee.
But it is spelled Colon.
Imp, honey.
But Double Jackpot is a book about a comic book artist, Eric, who is in a loveless relationship with a materialistic
I feel you, Eric.
Lynette.
Oh, fucking. Are you sure I didn't write this? Sounds hauntingly familiar.
He starts cheating on his girlfriend with a more creatively supportive woman, Nadia.
Well, I got to meet her. Where's the Nadia?
There's your summer girlfriend.
Summer Nadia is Nadia.
Nadia?
Yeah, I think Nadia is spelled with an A.
All right.
Both Lynette and Nadia play the double jackpot, the largest payout in lotto history, much like the recent Powerball. Both girls play his birth date as the winning numbers. Eric is now stuck between two of the country's richest women. Who will he choose? It's not that simple. This is a clever fucking idea,
yeah,
man.
Is.
Look at her, fucking. She's impressed.
I am.
She got some summer reading. Christopher Cologne smells real lovely with an original idea. This is. I've never heard this before.
I haven't either. This is a self-published book, much in the indie spirit as Kev's Clerks.
Oh, you don't even need to name check me. This is just a good idea. You could stand on your own, man. You don't even have to be like, hey, remember Clerks? This is nothing like that. This is way more original than Clerks. This is a good idea, man. Why didn't I think of this?
I need something to read. This book is part of the Comic Books, Heavy Metal, Video Games Trilogy Book 2. Odd I See, A Tale from the Road, coming soon.
Right on, man. It's part of a trilogy. This is the first part.
Way to write, man.
He's seeking a literary agent. Motherfuckers, anybody out there? There ain't no literary agents listening to this show, I assure you, sure. Sure. I assure you, sure. But somebody know a literary agent? Hook a motherfucker up! Chris Cologne come up with an original idea. I should tell Raskin, that's a good fucking idea, to be honest with you. That's a fucking rom-com right there. Megan, get Raskin on the phone. Isn't it possible to get Raskin on the phone? No?
Yeah.
I want to run it past him, man. I want to, and if it happens, I get a taste, Chris Cologne. I get a whiff, if you will.
The book could also be ordered on www.lulu.com.
That's lulu.com.
I understand that. I just want to spell it out.
Normally one says it, that spells it. Still, lulu.com. What is that? Do you know what it is?
I don't know. All right. The book could also be ordered on www.lulu.com. Search for Double Jackpot Christopher Cologne. A paperback version of the book is $15 and a PDF file is only $5.
$5 is
Yeah.
insanely inexpensive. 15's not even that bad for a paperback version.
No.
This is $1 million idea right here. Like a movie about a dude who fucking is stuck between two chicks, both of who play his birthday and win the lottery. Come on! I can see that trailer. Chris Cologne is on to something. Nobody else can smell it but me.
I'll read it.
Thank you. I'm going to make that smelly joke.
I know. You're trying to get me to laugh again.
It worked once. Double Jackpot is a self-published book by Chris Cologne, man. It's the first book in his comic books, heavy metal, video games trilogy. Book 2, Odd I See, A Tale from the Road, should be coming out soon. Get all the information at Chris Cologne, like a motherfucker.
I will
his
totally
book,
read this.
Double Jackpot. I'm serious. I'm going to recommend that to fucking Raskin. How is that not a movie? You know what I'm saying? This could be a sexy movie. You could do an R-rated version. There could be nudie in it, and you could show them fucking both chicks. Maybe a little penetration. Maybe a butthole shot. No butthole, no care.
I would like to formally apologize to Christopher Cologne right now.
No, sex sells. Chris Cologne will appreciate that. He's like, thanks for throwing a few buttholes in there, man.
Don't forget to check out twostrangersonePodcast.net, your one-stop resource for everything show-related. You can find links to subscribe to us on iTunes or on Stitcher. You could also find links to buy my book, Double Jackpot, on twostrangersonepodcast.net.
Fuck you, fuck you, fuck you. You're cool. And fuck you, I'm out.